about his numbers. He is playing with extreme confidence, and he should be against Detroit. In the first matchup, 21 points on 8 of 9 shooting and 2 for 2 from the three-point line.
Well, you look at the starting lineups for these two teams, and a couple of guys I want you to really pay attention to. Number 1 for Green Bay, Karam Cantor. He's averaging 11 points and 6 rebounds. He has 7 double-doubles this year. When you look at Detroit Mercy, the guy that is really always an emotional time for them and their families.
It certainly is, and they have accomplished a lot in their tenure here. NCAA tournament bid a year ago.
Let's see if they can get back to the big dance. Opening tip goes to the Titans. Those last 2 wins for them, Coach, they've been hitting a lot of free throws. They must be getting the ball inside and getting fouled quite a bit.
They've been able to push the ball inside. The Hogan also have gotten very good penetration off the dribble.
See Hogan being tied up by Cantor, but they get it into him anyway.
Big crowd around him. Good catch. Nice finish.
Finley's been starting the last 9 games, running the point, doing a good job for the Phoenix. Phoenix coming off a loss to Oakland, 85-72. The Golden Grizzlies went on a 12-1 run late in that contest. Three-pointer no good. There's the rebound, though, to Small. You're right, nothing small about his game. Is that a charge? It is. Tevin Finley charges in. Well, you look at Bakari Alexander in his inaugural year at his alma mater, Detroit Mercy. He spent the last 6 years as an assistant at Michigan, and he is really getting a program put in place here, and it's interesting that his team, coming down the stretch, really playing their best basketball.
His team is very similar to UIC a year ago. When Steve McLean went in there, he built it with high school players. And then now they're in double-digit wins. And how about Hogan stepping outside? If Hogan, Dave, I got to say this, because if you look at Jaleel Hogan, it's like looking at a younger version of Bakari Alexander. He was a terrific player, undersized forward for Detroit during his career. Hogan, the same type of competitive fighter.
Now you look at Link Darner. Tough to get an encore when in your inaugural year you lead Green Bay to their first NCAA tournament in 20 years. But here he is in his second year and a 3rd place finish again. They'll be the number 3 seed if they win this game. If they lose this game, they've got to hope Northern Kentucky can knock off Valpo today. But they'll either be the 3 or the 4 seed. There's the travel by Jared Williams.
Get it back on deep, baby.
We already know that Detroit Mercy will be the number 7 seed. All heading to Motor City Madness. This is the last game of the regular season in the Horizon League. Finley, nothing doing inside. Gets it back out. Cantor just fell into his lap, and then all of a sudden there's Kenneth Lowe picking up the loose change.
The official missed the bump, but it's play on because no advantage was gained. Green Bay with an easy basket for Lowe.
Lowe, one of those 6 seniors for the Phoenix. Interesting that Detroit Mercy kind of holding the ball a little bit on offense. They're comfortable in the half court right now.
It's this packed-in defense, man-to-man of Green Bay. And you can see early on they're going to shade Hogan, try and double him when he puts the ball on the floor. A key for Detroit is going to be transition defense. This Green Bay team loves to get out and run. You got to be back and ready to play.
There's Cantor to tie the game. Karam Cantor from Istanbul, Turkey. The lob inside. Pass was too short. Good idea. Bad execution. And a dish inside. Fouled on the play. Hogan. He'll go to the line.
It's a terrific hustle play by the senior Jared Williams. He sees the ball loose, able to corral the offensive rebound and get it to Hogan.
Well, Hogan has all 4 points so far for the Titans. We mentioned he scored 28 in that first game. He's a guy that rarely misses. 60% field goal shooting this year, which is #1 in the Horizon League. And by the way, in the top 20 in the United States.
And you think back to that first game, Green Bay shoots 60% from the field and still loses, but a big problem for them that day was turnovers. They had 21 turnovers against the pressure defenses. We see full court pressure for the first time by Detroit. Let's see how Green Bay handles the pressure today.
Warren Jones now in at the point. He'll drive on the baseline, well covered. Dive on the court. Good hustle again by Williams.
Another floor burn play for Williams.
Transfer from George Washington. And there's a bad interior pass by Patrick Robinson. And that'll be another charge. This one on Small. That's twice now Detroit has slipped inside. So we got a timeout. 15:53 to go. Good start for the...
We're going to take another look at watch Jared Williams in transition. Runs to the rim. Takes it right in the chest. Looks like a textbook take the charge drill.
Yeah. That's a bad entry pass by Jenkins. And really not good movement by the Titans.
That's called zeroing in on one receiver. You got 3 other guys on the floor. You got to look for them. That's a little better.
No, McFarley. We talked about the Titans shooting free throws. They've made 51 free throws in their last 2 games. 3-point attempt is good. Patrick Robinson, the senior, playing a lot of late.
And Dave, that was the first possession that Detroit didn't try to go inside out.
Low with a nice handoff. And an easy 2 for Charles Cooper.
Cooper doing what he does best, come off the bench and score.
Yeah. Instant offense. You like that. Another good move inside and leaves Jenkins wide open. That's our guy Williams again.
Wow. Just takes it right inside, draws 3 defenders.
Slapped away. Jamar Hurdle did not secure that ball. He thought this was going to be an easy 2, and it was slapped away from him.
He did, and guess who was all over the ball? It's Williams again. Williams. Drive as deep as you can. When the help side defender comes to you, you find his man. Oh, terrific out of bounds play.
Yeah, Jenkins kind of fell asleep, and it's an easy 2 for Green Bay. 4-point game.
22 go.
When you already know you're the #7 seed, what are you playing for today if you're Detroit Mercy?
With a young team like this, you're playing to keep momentum going into the conference tournament. You're coming off 2 wins in a row. You want to make sure that you continue the upward trend.
Good hustle by Jenkins, and he beat Lowe to the shot, or to the rebound, I should say, and Lowe commits the foul. Right now, Detroit Mercy just out hustling the Phoenix. From the wing, another one for Robinson, a far walk-on. Poked away. And again, floor burns all around. Blackshear and Jones go down for the ball.
Jones may have gotten the worst of it. You cannot be loose with the basketball with Josh McFarley around. 57 steals on the year now. Again,
trying to get that ball inside to Hogan. Oh, he slips inside, and they got him, though, for a little hook.
The swim stroke. That's nice in the pool, but not out on the court.
That works as a defensive lineman, right? But you can't do it as a center. And a foul inside on Jenkins as he tries to keep Hurdle out of the lane.
You've seen now back-to-back calls on post players. So if you're playing in this game, you must adjust to how the officials are going to call. They're not going to let you bang. They're not going to let you extend your arm. You got to keep it clean.
But don't you also adjust, not just defensively, but offensively, and you know that, so, hey, let's get that ball inside.
Absolutely. Just keep your arms in, and Hurdle with a nice move without extending his arms.
Long three-pointer. And the rebound taken by the Phoenix, and here comes Cooper. He'll pull up. There's a rebound at one end and a pull-up jumper at the other.
That's what Link Garner has done since he came to Green Bay. Push the ball, shoot the ball quick.
Another three for Patrick Robinson.
Dave, a moment ago, you mentioned that Patrick Robinson was a walkout. I just want to clarify. Yeah. He was a walkout.
Right. At some point he was, and that'll be a blocking foul again inside the cylinder there. And that's a tough call that goes against Robinson.
Coming and sitting on Small's leg.
Yep. Doesn't mean that Coach Alexander's not going to get his 2 cents worth.
No, everybody's got to get their viewpoint.
That's right. And so back to the action.
Detroit in the 2-3 zone on the baseline out of bounds, which is very common for a lot of teams to go zone when the ball's taken out of bounds.
Ball chipped out of bounds by Cantor. It'll go back to Green Bay. Back to Detroit Mercy. The Titans have never trailed in this game. Jenkins waiting for a screen. He got it, and then the shot is blocked anyway by Hurdle. Cooper was in ahead of steam. He couldn't wait to get out and shoot again.
He lost control of the ball. He was loading it up.
He was. Loading it up again. You get the sense when Cooper comes off the bench, he has one directive, and that's to shoot the ball.
I wish I was Charles Cooper. Or because after he scores the first time, everybody starts looking for Cooper when you're the defender, and it frees up other players.
Coming off a game in which he scored 15 against Oakland. Mr. Instant Offense. Who was the first guy that called the microwave? Was that Vinnie Johnson?
Vinnie Johnson.
Baylor Bear and Detroit Piston?
Yeah, I knew you were going to go there. Being from Detroit, as you were, not because you're necessarily a Detroit Mercy person.
I'm a Horizon
growing up in Detroit.
I'm a Horizon person.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm rooting for the Horizon. Cannot wait to see the results from Motor City Madness. How good is that going to be? We know that Valpo and Oakland are the top 2 seeds. That much has been decided, and they get that first round bye. There's Cooper again. He's 3 for 3.
Instant offense. And you talk about Motor City Madness. You don't have to be a top 2 seed to win that tournament. No. Just ask Green Bay.
That's right. They won it last year. And as I mentioned, went to the NCAAs for the first time in over 20 years. The lob inside, and just like this, the Phoenix have tied the game.
Push, push, push. You're going to get a game of runs. That's what's going to happen today. How many of those you can win is going to determine who's going to be the victor in the end.
Foul here on Hankerson. 6 straight points by Green Bay.
The mistake is made when Detroit Mercy is slow getting back. They had 3 people around the rebounder, but you better sprint back because they're big fellas. Cantor can run the floor as good as their guards.
Well, the Titans average 77.4 points per game. Green Bay even better at 80.1. They lead the Horizon League in offense this year. At the line, Josh McFauley. The free throw shooting has been unbelievable for Detroit Mercy the last couple of games. It's been really one of their Achilles heels this year, shooting just 66% as a team. But so far in this game, they're 4 for 4. And in the last couple of games, they were 25 for 31 against UIC, and then 26 for 31 in their win against Milwaukee.
That wins you a lot of games. When you're trying to close out close games, it's those free throw opportunities at the end that usually determine the winners.
And that'll be a travel by Hurdle. Yeah, Motor City Madness begins March 3rd and then runs through March 5th. 20 teams, 18 games, 2 champions are crowned. For more information, go to motorcitymadness.horizonleague.com. Actually, it goes from the 3rd through the 7th. And, oh boy, it's going to be fun. Joe Louis Arena last year there. Little Caesars building a brand new arena in downtown Detroit, and they'll move into that next year. Heading to Motown.
Pizza.
Pizza.
Fun. That's what it is.
Of course, the founder of Little Caesars, Mr. Illich, passed away just recently. So I know there will be a lot mentioned about that. And there's an illegal screen, a turnover by the Titans.
The fake roll to the basket is called on Blackshear. He clears out the defender.
Hurdle. Good defense. Bank out top. Nothing for Hankerson, but Hurdle's got the rebound. Cooper. Tracked down by Cantor. Trying to back in. That'll be a charge. Lower the shoulder. That's the 3rd charge taken by the Titans.
Cantor wondering why Link Garner doesn't like it. Perhaps there was a little bit of acting, but we are on the eve of the Oscars. But once the offensive player, Cantor, puts his shoulder down, that's what you teach your players on defense. You feel contact from a post player, hit the deck. The officials will make the right call.
His best picture this year.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Really?
I only say that because that's the only one I've seen.
I saw it too. It was really good. Cantor's got the rebound. 2-point game. There's a foul before the shot. Foul on McFauley. And for McFauley, that'll be his 2nd.
Green Bay does such a great job in transition of running guys to the corners, which stretches the defense. Often you see teams in transition, guys will stop on the wing, and it makes it easier for a defender to recover. But when you go to the corner, that's a lot of ground to cover.
From the corner, no. Tip from behind, but that'll be a over-the-back call against Kenneth Lowe. And all of a sudden, Detroit Mercy is in the bonus as Lowe picks up the foul. And a 1-and-1 opportunity here for Deshaundre Black, is it? Going to the line? No, it'll be Jared Williams. Williams, a 69% free throw shooter.
A reversal of roles, as Detroit Mercy is a team that averages over 23 fouls a game, one of the foulingest teams in the country. Right now, Green Bay puts them in the bonus. Detroit Mercy moving their feet, taking the charge.
Even though Detroit Mercy hasn't had a field goal in almost 4 minutes, they've gotten their last 4 points from the line and have a 4-point lead. And this one will put low at the line. So Chandre Black with the foul. Black, of course, the guy that Green Bay remembers all too well. He hit the and one with 5 seconds to go that allowed Detroit Mercy to win that game 93-92.
Those are special moments in players' careers. You hit the game-winning shot. I don't care what level you're at. That's something you remember forever.
And 2 missed free throws. So 2 for 4 for Green Bay at the line. 6 for 6 for Detroit Mercy. Nice pass. Wild shot. Blackshear probably should have brought that back out, and there's a travel. Another turnover by Green Bay. That is their 7th already.
And who's around the ball on the defensive end? It's Gerard Williams.
Man.
Jumps out, forces the travel. He is having a terrific day on the defensive end. His anticipation has been outstanding.
Long 3, no, and Blackshear couldn't secure the rebound. Instead, it goes to Finley. Cantor decided to turn down the shot from the short corner. Comes in, gets his own miss. That's missed. And there's Williams with another good play inside. Williams with 3 rebounds, 4 assists. He read his headlines.
He did. And it was actually a good defensive play by the team defense of Green Bay. All of a sudden, he thought he had an opening to the basket, but help side defense put a foot in the lane, forced the carry.
This game is sort of ground to a halt by 2 teams that love to score. Detroit Mercy has not had a field goal in the last 5 minutes. They're 0 for their last 6. And Green Bay hasn't scored at all in the last 3 minutes.
And we've seen a lot of end-to-end action. It's not like the teams are walking the ball up the floor. 2-3 zone trying to keep the ball out of the interior to no avail.
And one. David Jesperson. Good feed from Cooper.
You're going to figure out a way to take better care of the basketball if you're Green Bay, because obviously from the numbers you just gave, the more shots you get, the more you're going to make. And as we talked about with our players, you can't shoot it if you ain't got it. Excuse my poor English.
No wonder no one ever passed me the ball. Don't pass it to him.
You were looking for that perfect game.
Oh, yeah.
Goes 17 for 17. You touch it 17 times, you shoot it 17 times.
Many of those from the bench. Quick move inside. Still no field goals for Detroit in over 5 minutes. 0 for their last 7. And then a foul going for the miss by Jaleel Hogan.
Interesting. Jaleel Hogan was on the bench for an extended period of time. Only had 1 foul. Comes right back in and picks up his 2nd one.
That's the 9th team foul. So Jesperson goes right back to the line. And this transfer from Pepperdine, giving Link Darner a couple good minutes here. That's a quantum shift to go from Pepperdine to Green Bay. I mean, just geographically, right? You go from Malibu
there's
to Green
some
Bay.
Similarities.
Oh, really? Like?
Well, there's water in Malibu, and there's water that
there's ice in Green Bay. Yeah.
But as our producer just said, Pepperdine doesn't have the package.
That's right. Or cheese.
And Jesperson is coming back home. A Wisconsin native.
Yeah. If you're going to get Cheese and Pepperdine would be like brie, right?
Yeah,
that's real cheese.
That's not real cheese.
No.
Not if you're from Wisconsin.
It's foo-foo cheese. Hogan. 8 for 8, the Titans from the line. They maintain a 2-point advantage. Green Bay has never led in this game.
The other advantage gained by Detroit going to the foul line, it doesn't give Green Bay the opportunity to get out and run.
Well, both teams have just gone ice cold.
That's
three now on Hogan. He backed in, and Green Bay does a good job to get the charge. And Jesperson did a good job of selling it, too.
He did.
I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't a charge, but I'm saying as a defender there, you've got to sell that call, too.
You just can't take it. You got to hit the ground.
And a bad turnover for Finley trying to get it to Cooper. Cooper was already on his way down from his jump. Well, who's going to get going offensively again?
And we saw Patrick Robinson hit a couple of threes early. Not in the lineup, but
Detroit 0 for their last 8 over 6 minutes and counting since their last field goal. I think both teams are really lucky the other team hasn't pulled away. They're both
teams are playing solid defense. You haven't seen a lot of open shots, not many drives. And Williams with the block and the steal.
Jeez. He's had as big an impact on this game as anybody.
He really has.
Yeah.
If we're voting for player of the game, it's Gerard Williams.
That foul called on Hurdle. That's going to put Blackshear at the line. Not necessarily great news for Detroit Mercy. Blackshear just a 48% free throw shooter. He will get 2, though, as Detroit Mercy in the double bonus. Both teams are. That's the first miss from the line for the Titans. Turner Botts checks in, coming back in Hankerson. And right at his average, he hits 1 of 2. Look at that. No field goals at all in this game for Detroit Mercy since the 12:55 mark. It's tough to shoot 30% from the field and have the lead, and yet Detroit Mercy is doing just that, especially on the road.
They have figured out a way, and the way they have done it is they've taken better care of the basketball.
Blackshear gives it up. And a three-pointer rings home for Deshaundre Black. First field goal of the last 11 shots.
The proverbial lid is off the basket. We'll see if it leads to some scoring in the last 5 minutes.
Jesperson. Good defense by Blackshear. And a foul. Cooper aggressive offensively.
How you take the three is as important as the three-point shooter itself. When it's inside out, you bring the defense in on help side, you kick it out to a wide open shooter, and Black nails it.
Another missed free throw by the Phoenix. They're now just 4 of 7 from the line. Karen Cantor back in, and Jesperson gave Green Bay some good minutes.
He certainly did on both ends of the floor.
5-point game. Under 5 to go first half. Well, 2-on-1 and taking it himself, Blackshear. Timeout called by Green Bay.
Well, Link Darner calls this to your teammates. Should have huddled. And that should have been said in the huddle right before that second free throw.
Nice and calmly.
Yes. And I'm sure that's how calm Coach Darner was.
Sure.
Another different look defensively for Detroit. 1-2-2.
And it works. Another turnover. That's 9. And 1. The problem's mounting for the Phoenix. Hankerson with the foul. Well, we said if one of these teams gets untracked, they can start pulling away. And that's what Detroit Mercy is doing right now.
We saw confusion the previous possession by Green Bay on the defensive end. There they failed to recognize the defense by Detroit. Steal, score. 3-2 zone. Very active. Extended. Wow. Turnover.
Wow.
That's one right there. When the ball comes to you as the coach, when your team has thrown it away, you just want to hold on to it as long as you can.
Yeah. Or throw it up into the crowd. Strong move. Better block, though, by Small. Cooper. Three-point opportunity. Good for Hankerson. Hasn't taken many. That's only the 8th he's made all year, but he's pretty accurate, over 40%. And a little bump by Small. We got a timeout. Detroit Mercy looking for their 3rd straight victory. Green Bay frustrated at home. Chance to go to the line to build on that 6-point lead. Corey Allen, we haven't called his name a lot. He's played more than half of this first half. A guy who's averaging almost 14 points a game, the leading freshman scorer in the Horizon League, and that's only his 3rd point.
Hey, Dave, when you think about it, they have 12 fouls already, and most on the line. I'm not sure what they're arguing about.
I think what he's upset about, the coach, is, wait, my guy hit the shot. Let's see if he can do it again. He does. Yeah. Moot point.
Same result.
Turner Botts hemmed in. Cantor, he gave him the ball in a position where he could easily be trapped.
Now, the spacing has not been very good against this zone. They need to flash somebody to the elbow area. You've got to try and shrink the wings from being able to extend.
Counted, and Warren Cooper goes charging in. Blackshear thought he got to the spot in time, but he didn't. Scratching his head over that call. Cooper has been the story offensively for Green Bay. He has 11 of their 28 points. Hit every part of the rim. Green Bay more energy since that last huddle.
Link Darner hit the hot button.
He wasn't so calm and collected. I don't blame him. Botts has got the rebound off the Blackshear miss. Off the Black miss, excuse me. So now here's Cooper again. Botts from the wing. Botts a 38% three-point shooter, and just like that, it's a 2-point game. 6 straight points by the Phoenix again. And a little bump by Botts. Going to the line, it'll be Williams.
Dave, this is what I was talking about. Secondary transition. Watch Botts. He doesn't stay on the wing. He goes all the way down to the corner, and because of that, the help side rotation has a longer run. Corey Allen has to take 2 more steps. Botts gets an open look.
That's proper spacing. You're talking about spacing. That was good spacing.
Space and angles. That's what offensive basketball is all about.
The closer you are as offensive players, the closer the defenders are.
Exactly.
And they can cover space. And then when you get some spacing, you get stuff like that.
Exactly. It opens up the inside.
How about Cooper? 14 first half points.
41 picks. 41 picks. 41 picks. Need a ball.
Williams. Okay, no one came out to get him.
Williams has had a terrific first half.
6 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. And he's taken 2 charges.
2 charges, 3 floor burns.
Easy 2 for Cantor, and then Botts comes in, almost steals it away.
That would have been a huge swing at this point. Late in the first half, if Botts had come away with that.
Detroit Mercy's led by as many as 9 this first half, and a lot of that lead has dwindled away. Green Bay has never led. Williams again. Not this time, and Cantor makes it 1 and done. Cooper drew a crowd and then dribbled off the foot of Hankerson. Fast break opportunity, Cantor. And that'll be a charge on Blackshear. Going for that rebound.
That is marvelous defense by Cantor. He walls up, never brings his arms down, and forces the shooter to miss. You can hear the official talk about verticality. He got it right. Now, if I was Bakari Alexander, I would say he got it wrong. But since I'm here on the sidelines, I think he did make the right call.
And Botts, a good free throw shooter, 84%. Botts did not score in either of the previous 2 games and has 4 points in this game. Cantor. And the first lead for the Phoenix. Timeout, Detroit Mercy. So Detroit Mercy limping into that locker room. They lost Jaleel Hogan with 3 fouls in this first half, their leading scorer, and still were able to forge a 9-point lead, and now Green Bay has hit their last 6 shots to pull ahead. And a 3-pointer by Corey Allen, who is shooting 45% from 3-point range. That's amazing.
That's a terrific play.
Botts, no. Here comes Allen again. Good decision.
No numbers, pull it out. And guess what? There's a good chance they're going to run a set play for Corey Allen here.
45% is a number you usually see from upperclassmen, not freshmen. Oh, good bounce pass inside. No shot, no shot. Foul came on the floor. What makes Corey Allen such a special shooter?
Watch his feet. He gets his feet set. They're squared. Great follow through. That's what makes a guy a good shooter. It starts with your feet and it ends with your follow through.
Blackshear again. That looked pure for a 48%.
That's it.
Free throw shooter. And by the way, Detroit Mercy 13 of 15 from the line in this game. They've outscored Green Bay 13-7 at the free throw line. They've also shot 50% from 3-point range, the Titans. They're 6 for 12. That'll get the job done. Some good minutes there for Gerald Blackshear.
These are big free throws for Blackshear. Going into the second half, he got some confidence, and right now it looks like Detroit Mercy has weathered the storm.
Thought they were going to wind the clock down, go for the last shot. That's not the modus operandi for the Phoenix. Oh, tough shot for Chris Jenkins. Poked away for the car. No.
Now that's the type of half we expected to have. Both teams going up and down, scoring.
Allen hits a huge three and gives Detroit Mercy the momentum again.
Well, Bakari Alexander gambled keeping Jaleel Hogan on the bench with 3 fouls and did a great job with clock management until the late Green Bay run. But it was, you mentioned Corey Allen, a huge three that steadied the ship.
Slip inside. Nice up and under move by Kenneth Lowe.
Great idea by Link Darner. Go right at Hogan on the opening possession.
And trap in the corner. Perfect lead pass. Now you've got numbers. But it was last touched by the Phoenix, so Detroit Mercy will hang on to it.
Point of emphasis at halftime. Let's throw the ball into Lowe, and let's make Hogan guard. Perhaps pick up his 4th or get an easy one.
Tough shot. Well defended by Cantor. And a running one-hander by Finley. We're tied at 45. Again, a comment that we made going to our halftime break. Surprised with all the droughts we had in the first half offensively, where both teams went ice cold from time to time, that both teams got over 40 points.
They score in bunches. The possessions don't last long with either of these teams.
Be interesting to see how aggressive Hogan plays here with those 3 fouls. Shot clock at 1. Hits the underside of the rim. Cantor tosses it out. Here comes Finley. Poke from behind. Another turnover. That's the 13th. And a runaway. Josh McFarley makes him pay at the other end.
Careless with the basketball leads to points.
Cantor goes to the other side of the hoop, and you can just see Hogan really playing with one arm tied behind his back defensively.
And if you're Bakari Alexander, you've got to tell Jaleel Hogan, listen, son, don't worry about having 3 fouls. We need you to play better and harder on the defensive end.
Play smart, but you got to play. You can't just let them have to. And now Hogan loses the handle, skips it over the other side, and a 3-pointer off target by McFarley. That'll be a blocking foul and 1. Kenneth Lowe. Williams tried to take yet another charge.
Transition defense has been slow out the gate for Detroit Mercy. The second basket already in transition for Green Bay. Williams trying to pick up the charge without falling down. That's not going to happen. But again, it's Green Bay's ability to get out and run and put pressure on that defense.
Lowe just a 41% free throw shooter. Well, this match is the biggest lead of the game for Green Bay. McFarley works off the screen from Hogan.
You think about the big shots that have been hit for Detroit Mercy this game. Allen at the end of the first half, a freshman. McFarley, a sophomore.
Oh, Kenneth Lowe in the spin cycle.
Then again, you have a senior playing his last home game. I think he's a little jacked up.
Yeah, that was a good move. Hogan thought it was good. That'll be foul number 4 on Hogan.
You know, watch this. Low, terrific footwork. Everybody's watching upstairs, but look at his feet. The plant, the spin. That's a lot of post-move drills over the last 4 years for Kenneth Lowe. And as you mentioned, that's number 4 on Hogan. And that perhaps could be a blessing in disguise.
Why do you say that? I agree with you, but why?
Hogan was playing like a man who was in foul trouble. He wasn't guarding. He wasn't going to the offensive glass as hard because he was afraid of picking up number 4. So they were really playing with 4 players. So now that he's on the bench, they got 5 guys who are zeroed in and perhaps be a little bit stronger on the defensive end.
Well, Blackshear gave him some good minutes off the bench in the first half. Williams. Interesting. Lowe didn't come out to get him, and so Williams buries the 3. Well, the three-point shooting today by the Titans has been outstanding. 7 for 14.
And it's carried on from the last 2 games where they've shot over 50%.
And Lowe goes to work again in the spin cycle.
Well, Lowe is looking like a ballerina out there, the big fella.
That's a lot of reps. Back and forth we go. McFauley, no. And the rebound to Cantor. Cantor with a double-double today. 10 points, 11 rebounds. Right down the paint. An easy 2 for Finley. No resistance defensively. Well, speaking of spin moves, Cantor forced a foul.
And Lowe, he's going to do his Murakami in the second half for Kenneth Lowe.
Lowe, by the way, 10 points now in the game, and he's 5 for 5, as you see from the field. So now at the line, Gerald Blackshear. And the beat goes on for Detroit Mercy at the line, where they are now 16 of 18. Cooper really gave the Phoenix a lift. He was really their offense in the first half. Cooper, 14 first half points. Back to Lowe. He's feeling it right now with the left hand.
Just keep going to the well. At some point, you're going to have to decide, if you're Bakari Alexander, do you double team him to get the ball out of his hands?
Wraparound pass. And now last touched here by McFauley. It'll stay with the Phoenix.
Substitution number 1, Corey Allen.
Again, Green Bay wins here today. They're the number 3 seed in the upcoming Motor City Madness. We know this, that Valpo and Oakland will be seeds 1 and 2. Valpo playing Northern Kentucky today, and Oakland playing Milwaukee. That'll be a foul on Williams, and that's his second. So going to the line, Lowe, who's been the most aggressive player here in the second half.
Good recognition by Green Bay. They see that Lowe has the size advantage on the switch.
And even hits a free throw, which is somewhat of an upset. He was 0 for 3 going into that one. And again, near 40% on the year, and that one's way off target. McFauley will bring it up against Hankerson. This the biggest lead of the game for Green Bay. Allen back in there. Interesting jab step on Lowe, and he takes the big fella inside.
Allen, the three-point shooting ability is what gives him that move. And no, you never pick up the basketball right after you cross half court. Dead ball means you're dead on offense.
15 Green Bay turnovers.
You're going to see, watch him pick up the ball right here. One step over. Well, you got to have both feet down in the front court for that not to be over and back.
Well, Lowe got in the way of that shot. Here comes Cooper on the fly. That all started at the other end when Detroit Mercy misses a bunny.
You miss a shot right at the rim. You got three guys on the baseline. Numbers are going to be the other way. And when Cooper has the ball, that's a freight train coming down those tracks.
I think it's a domino effect. I've seen it time and time again, where you miss a bunny, and all of a sudden the other team gets it and goes. And they've got an easy too.
And watch the hesitation on the Detroit players as we take another look. Detroit Mercy players as we take another look. One guy falls down, the other guy reaches. All of a sudden, Cooper's on the run.
And no one's stopping that freight train. And now a flagrant foul on Detroit Mercy.
Well, the call was Lowe had a breakaway layup, and they reached from behind, an intentional foul as there was no play on the basketball. And not necessarily a dumb foul. He clearly had a breakaway. He's going to make the layup, make him earn it at the line, and Lowe's not a very good free throw shooter, so perhaps a good foul.
Well, he hits 1 of 2, but he's only 2 of 7 from the line, so that saved Detroit Mercy a point. But right now, Bakari Alexander's got to get his offense going again. They've scored only 11 second-half points and been outscored 20-11.
And the one thing about playing Green Bay, you have to continue to score against them because they're going to be short, quick possessions, a lot of possessions, so you have to continue to score.
Lowe couldn't find the handle, and it'll go back to Detroit Mercy, but Link Garner looking a lot more cool, calm, and collected over on their sideline. 5 seconds, got it in time. And Black is fouled as Cooper reaches in. That's one of those fouls you wish you could have back, but it's only the first on Cooper. Some hands here by Hankerson. And another foul. That's the third this half for Green Bay.
Dave, we saw it in the first half. In the low post, guys extend their hands. It was an automatic call. Now you put a hand on a dribbler out front, the same thing happens.
Just off the bench, Cole Long, a little long on the shot.
Needed to get his feet wet.
I always found it interesting that guys who just come in cold, haven't broken a sweat, haven't played a second in the game, and they come in and think it's their job to shoot right away.
If your name is not Charles Cooper, then that is not your job. Your job is to facilitate the movement of the basketball, get into the flow, and then take an open shot.
That's right. Well, the lob, the intent was there from Finley, but got his signals crossed. And another turnover. Wow, lots of them. Adding up for Green Bay, the number 7 seed.
A terrific job by Northern Kentucky to knock off Valparaiso. You know what that says to me, Dave? There's truly going to be madness in the Motor City.
Yes, I agree with that. Oakland right now comes in maybe playing the best basketball of anybody in the Horizon League. Going into today, the Golden Grizzlies had won 8 in a row.
Coach Greg Campy has figured out his team, and they got it rolling.
And a whistle and a foul, going for the rebound. Yeah, we saw Oakland a couple of times this year, once when they were playing really, really well, and then once when they were not playing well and got lucky to come away with a victory. And maybe that's the one that kind of spurred them on, like, all right, we shouldn't have won that game, but we did. And here they are playing their best right now.
Well, one of the things they have been most consistent about all year is on the defensive end. When you can guard somebody for 40 minutes, you can put yourself in a position to win.
And that'll be a foul on Deshaundre Black. 16 fouls on Detroit Mercy. And game's starting to get away from the Titans a little bit. They haven't scored in the last 2.5 minutes. And here is Tevin Finley at the line. Senior out of Toronto. Front end of the 1-and-1 comes back to him. And that would have been a dagger if Smollett had hit that three.
It certainly would have. And the question now that Bakari Alexander has to ask himself, you have Jaleel Hogan sitting on the bench with 4 fouls. Do you put him back in now, tell him, listen, big guy, don't worry about how many fouls, you play as if you have none.
Right.
And if he does, you leave him in there. If he doesn't, then you know what you're going to get. You pull him out and you try and finish, or at least get closer to the end without putting him back in.
You know, it's a tough proposition for him, isn't it? Because they're within 3, and you kind of like to save them for right at the end. But if you fall behind so far, then it's kind of useless anyway.
Well, you've got to figure out how he's going to play when he comes back in.
Right.
He started that second half trying to protect himself. If he's going to play like he has done, he's very valuable.
Running one-hander by Allen, no good. Here comes Cooper. And 1. What a game for Cooper. 18 points already and mounting.
One of the best 6 men at scoring in college basketball this year. Charles Cooper getting out on the break with a acrobatic move and a strong finish.
Most points he's ever had in his career came against Detroit last year when he scored 27. The most he's had in any game this year is 22 against Youngstown State. He's got 18 in this one. 7 of 9 from the field as well.
I mean, obviously he's good enough to start. But when you have somebody with that much firepower coming off the bench, it's a huge advantage.
Black didn't settle for the outside shot and went inside. Still a 3-point game. Hurdle's trying to back in. He's got a size advantage and took advantage.
It's a tough thing for this Detroit Mercy lineup right now. They are very small, so you're going to have a different player with an advantage or a disadvantage on the defensive end every single possession.
Poked away, not over and back, but the shot clock is all of a sudden down to 12. Corey Allen stayed with it and was fouled on the play.
Allen has a very good sense of what his team needs at all times.
Yeah.
For a freshman, his shot selection is solid. He doesn't settle for jump shots all the time. Getting to the free throw line, very important. At this stage in the game.
For a freshman, Corey Allen. He is number 1, as I mentioned, in the Horizon League in three-point percentage. And he is number 12 in the nation in three-point percentage. You just don't see that for freshmen.
And when you throw out that number, you would then think, if you had never seen him, he was one-dimensional.
Yeah.
But he certainly is not. He is very capable of putting the ball on the floor.
Tough shot again for Hurdle. Back to 5, the lead for Green Bay. Nice move by Black. Doesn't get it to go, but still a good open look from mid-range.
He's trying to pull Allen's defender off him, and he didn't bite on it.
Shot not allowed. The foul came first, and that foul on McFauley, I believe. And that's his 3rd. No, excuse me, his 4th. So 4 on McFauley, 4 on Hogan, and 4 on Blackshear. So the foul's mounting up on the Titans, and that's also the 9th team foul this half. And Finley will get the bonus. Cantor came in and tried to poke it away and commits a foul. That's the 5th team foul on Green Bay this half.
Much different than the first half, where Detroit Mercy was in the bonus early, and Green Bay now unable to take advantage of being in the bonus early.
Point of emphasis?
Push the ball inside, attack the rim. That's what Green Bay has done in the second half.
Well, I'm saying point of emphasis on not fouling them. Let's not put these guys at the line. I bet you Link Garner talked about that at halftime.
They have been much better on the defensive end. They haven't been a step slow in the second half. And that definitely contributes to it.
Three-pointer, good. Corey Allen.
Don't be a step slow on that young man.
Man, you better find him in transition. HorizonLeague.com. Low back in there now for the Phoenix. Man, that's a foul on Deshaundre Black trying to take a charge. So with 7:30 remaining in the game, we head you back.
Only $269 a month. Visit Mike Anderson Chevrolet in Chicago, 1 mile west of the Kennedy on beautiful Irving Park Road.
Mike Anderson Chevrolet, Chevy Giant.
See you soon.
Right over. And a blocking foul. So you compound the error on the inbounds pass with a blocking foul and an opportunity here for Hankerson.
This is a big swing midway through the second half, because all of a sudden Green Bay gets a three-point play. They jump right back into full court pressure.
Tipped out by Cantor, but good look by Robinson to come in and get it. I think an important possession for the Titans. Allen pulled up on Cooper, and Cooper looked like he got something stuck to his shoe.
How good will Detroit be the next 4 years? You're running your set play in crunch time for a freshman, and he delivers.
He is 5 for 9 from the field in this game. Oh, a long three. Oh, are you kidding me? Corey Allen, wow.
Shake your head, young man. You're in the zone right now.
I'd feed him every time right now. That was a deep three. Cantor tried to answer, no, and here's Williams with another rebound. looking at Corey Allen. When's he going to touch it?
And Cooper has the daunting task of keeping him from catching the ball.
Little left-handed hook, no. Allen tried to follow. Eichler gets it back. They leave him open from the wing, Allen. And a rare miss, but a long rebound goes all the way back out to Robinson. 7 straight points by Detroit Mercy.
2 offensive rebounds on this possession and a chance for a third shot attempt.
And he does it again. Corey Allen, 22 points, 4 of 7 from three-point range.
You can't give Allen that many chances in a possession. He's going to make you pay.
Cantor trying to work on Eichler. Quick step. He's got a chance at an old-fashioned three. Let's go back to the other end and watch Corey Allen go to work.
This line, I didn't think he was going to shoot it.
Shooters every now and then will get into that zone where they feel like they can make it from anywhere.
And there's times you cross half court and you're already cocked and loaded. You're ready to shoot it.
Robinson, and that's a push on Cooper. He might have gotten away with a step on his way to the basket, but Cooper commits the foul. That's the second on him. And there goes Robinson to the line. Robinson with 9 points in this game. Outside of Allen, a lot of balanced scoring for Detroit Mercy. A lot of guys with 6, 7, 8, or 9. And now Robinson joins Corey Allen in double figures. Amazing comeback again, and you can see the Cheshire Cat grin by Bakari Alexander. In all of this, while Jaleel Hogan cools his heels over on the bench with those 4 fouls.
He has his best defensive team in there right now, as long as they can't get it inside. But Box saying, hey, Corey Allen's not the only guy who can make a three.
Box is 2 for 4 in this game from beyond the arc. Yeah, you can see how tight this game has been. Under 5 to go. This one's up for grabs. Robinson. And the rebound to Lowe. Good find. Lowe is just kind of camped out under the hoop.
Got behind the defense. Nobody marked him up. Gets an easy one. Communicate. You got to talk. You got to talk. You got to find the post guys. And if you're Green Bay, you got to find number 1. Make it difficult for him to catch.
Eichler. That was just a case where he was just determined he was going to shoot it.
Green Bay did a good job of not coming in off shooters, forcing the freshman to take a shot.
Green Bay has hit their last 3 field goal attempts and 7 for their last 9. They're on fire right now, the Phoenix. Back to a 4-point advantage for Green Bay. Allen. Oh, this kid's tough. Oh. And a whistle and a foul. Wow, it's quite a battle with Kenneth Lowe at one end and Corey Allen at the other. But Lowe has done some great work in the second half.
The senior.
Mercy, they're just playing to try to have more momentum going into the Motor City Bandits. They're going to be the number 7 seed no matter what. For Green Bay, they've got a little bit on the line. To be the number 3 seed, they have to win this game after Northern Kentucky knocked off Valpo today.
So if you're Green Bay and Link Darner, do you think to yourself, maybe I want the 4th seed? Because the 4th seed was pretty good to me last year.
No.
As Green Bay won the tournament by being the 4th seed.
Well, It's a good point.
History repeating itself.
Yeah, you're superstitious, aren't you?
I am, just a wee bit.
I don't know a coach that isn't. Same bus driver, same hotel.
Not if you lose, then it's a different hotel on the road.
Yeah, poor bus driver loses his job just because you lost. Shot clock is down to 8. Allen, deep 3, no, but Hogan tracks it down. And then Hogan goes at the rim, gets his own miss, and sticks it back home.
And that's what I mean about playing like you have no fouls. Hogan very aggressive on the offensive glass.
2.5 to go. Cooper. Tough shot. Tough shot. All eyes on Corey Allen right now as he's being covered by Botts. Comes off the screen from Hogan. Another screen. Hogan backing in. And Hogan going to work.
Hogan very solid. Doesn't put his shoulder down. Nice jump hook.
Hogan will be back next year, too. He's a junior. Robinson has it swatted away, and that'll be a foul on Hogan, and that's it.
Yeah, that's a tough break for Hogan. But it is set up by a terrific defensive play.
I'll say this, I don't think Green Bay is even in this game without his contribution in the first half when Detroit Mercy was playing their best.
When he came in the game, the offense totally ignited.
Cooper with 21 points. Coming off a game in which he just scored 15, so he's getting hot at the right time for Green Bay. And back to a 4-point advantage. 1.5 to go.
The nemesis in the first game was Green Bay missing free throws in the last 1.5. So a good sign for Phoenix fans as Cooper made those 2.
Allen looking for a little space. And this will be a foul on Cooper. Here by 1. Green Bay actually had the lead in that game for 35 of the 40 minutes. Well, now at the line, Blackshear, who is an under 50% free throw shooter, and this is 1-1.
Every bit of the rim. Now you have to make a decision if you're Detroit Mercy. Do you play one more defensive possession, or do you foul and extend the game? Coach Alexander yelling, no fouls, no fouls. Let's play it out.
Well, it guarded 3 and the rebound. And then a miscue by Blackshear trying for the outlet pass.
Blackshear got anxious on the defensive rebound. Watch him as he looks down.
Hosting the Blazers of UAB in women's basketball, only on ASN. That's coming up next. We'll get you there right at the conclusion of this game. And a good roll for Khalil Small. That's the first point for Small in this game. And it extends the lead to 5.
Step they have, and if they were playing all seniors and juniors, it'd be a different story, but they're playing primarily freshmen and sophomores, and obviously Hogan, their best player inside, is only a junior, so everybody is coming back. You don't need a 3, but you need a quick shot if you can get all the way to the rim.
Well, there's a 3. Nope. And the rebound goes to Hankerson. And right now, if Green Bay, they're in that position, Coach. If they hit their free throws and don't turn it over, the Grizzlies beat Milwaukee today for their 9th straight win, which does two things. Gives Oakland all the momentum going into Motor City Madness, and it also gives them now the #1 seed. Valpo will be the #2 seed. Oakland moves into the top spot, and they're playing their best by far right now with 9 straight wins in their hip pocket, and they're playing in their backyard.
The Wiley veteran, Greg Campy, whose team started off with a bang in non-conference, and even in conference play, they got off to a terrific and went to 5 straight postseason tournaments before he moved to Wright State. He knows a thing or two about preparing a team to win 3 games and win a conference tournament.
And they'll be the #5 seed. So it'll be Northern Kentucky taking on Wright State. That ought to be a good one. And again, just hang on to the ball now. Poked away, but poked right to Hankerson, and that's going to do it. Well, good come from behind win for Green Bay here today. And that secures the #3 seed for Link Darner and the Phoenix.
Well, Green Bay on senior night, or senior day, it was Kenneth Lowe in the second half who came up big, led them, Turner